What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest film from Blumhouse Studios, and that is Fantasy Island. This film is directed by Jeff Wadlow, the director that did Truth or Dare. And this movie stars the lead actress of Truth or Dare, Lucy Hale. And you also have Maggie Q and Michael Pena. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Fantasy Island is this new horror movie, I guess. It's about these group of people who win a contest and they get flown out to this remote island called Fantasy Island. This is an island that's all about fantasies, and it's real, supposedly. If you have a fantasy about something that happened in your life and you want it to be perfect, or if you made a mistake, you can make any fantasy you want come to real life if you're on this island. And that's what these group of people have. They have fantasies, and sometimes fantasies can get messed up. Blumhouse is a studio that very popular, horror studio working today. I'm sure you know their films. And not all of them are good. A lot are awful. And like I said at the beginning of this review, this is from the director, the star, and the production team of Truth or Dare. So you automatically have expectations going in, and I did as well. Fantasy Island was quite an experience. Wow! Where do I start with this movie? Bad does not even describe this. Watch the trailer for this film. I dare you to watch the trailer before you see this movie. And just think to yourself, is there anything that's going to be good about a movie called Fantasy Island? A movie about a group of people who win a contest and go to this island where supposedly their fantasies become real life to them and mistakes can be fixed. Do you really think that you're going to get a masterpiece out of this? No. My question is, what is this movie? Like, what was the drive? What was the concept to make this film all about? Supposedly, you have a story about this island, and supposedly there are different consequences when it comes to fantasies in this whole movie, and the whole movie does this with non-stop sleeping exposition. I'm gonna call this the Exposition Island. Like, the whole movie is non-stop exposition. You have Michael Pena as this lead guy who runs this island, and by the way, Michael Pena? Like, that's a strange casting for this character. He basically has been on this island, and he gives these people their fantasies and brings them to reality. And whenever something bad happens in a fantasy, he takes a moment to stop and explain what just happened. My fantasy is great, isn't it? Oh, let's have some beer and party up. Oh, Michael Pena walks on the screen. So this just happened, and here's the consequence for that. And you have all these cliche personalities into this one movie. You have the lead girl who's like this brat, who is like this teenage girl who's on her phone constantly and just being antsy teenager. You have these group of guys who are high personality, energetic, like bros, high-fiving each other, they're brothers. And then you have this good-looking soldier guy who supposedly has a crush on the hottest girl, that stereotype cliche character. And you have this woman character, this really attractive woman character, supposedly a housewife. There's nothing much else I can say other than that. Just know your expectations going in, that you're going to get a movie that presents this concept and it does it in the most bland way possible. Now, supposedly this movie is based on a TV series of the same name, Fantasy Island, and Blumhouse made a movie adaptation about it. I haven't seen that TV series, so I know nothing about this world, but the way it works in film, sometimes if you take like smaller TV series and make them into film, like Mission Impossible, it works. But here, just nothing about this film works at all, and I knew that going in. And the movie has really predictable beats from start to finish. You get the setup of the island, you get what's going to happen and what this island is all about, and you have the characters go into their specific fantasies, and then stuff does happen in typical horror fashion. I was just baffled by the writing with the final act of this movie. The last 10 minutes of the film, it completely shifts gears into a different plot all around. I'm like, where did this even come from? Now we're following this storyline. Like, the film just does not know what it wants to tell. Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts on the new masterpiece, Fantasy Island, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this film, please hit that like button, and also please consider clicking that subscribe button, because I do tons of new release movie reviews, rankings, Blu-ray videos. I do tons of movie content like this on a weekly basis. Fantasy Island was definitely the most weird and interesting film I have seen so far this year, and it's by far an awful, atrocious movie and one of the worst I've seen this year. They tried too hard to make an convincing horror film, but they completely failed at that. Some actors in here are fine actors, but my God, like, their characters are so wooden, so cliche and stale. If you want to have a really fun bad experience, go watch this film. If you want good cinema, yeah, skip this one. On my rating scale, Fantasy Island definitely gets an F. One of the worst by far this year so far. There you have it, guys. That was my overall thoughts on Fantasy Island. What were your guys' thoughts on Fantasy Island if you did see it? Thank you guys as always for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!